Hello, welcome to a modern stream. We're going to be trying out this one for over 9,000 steps. Thank you, Steps, for the dono. And this is old school elementals, I guess. We're bringing back Kahira, everybody's favorite Pokemon. You know, it's guarding the orphans. Just overall good guy. Thank you, Kahira. And this is for color elementals. None of that Yorion nonsense. Yorion is the bad guy, but Kahira is the good guy. So if you're playing Kahira, you're doing it right. And today we are the heroes. So this is just the classic elementals deck that fell out of favor once people realized that Yorion is a busted card. And we have been tinkering a little bit with the deck list. So playing some extra endurances. We're going back to Ren and 6 because, well, this card is busted and we have the combo going on with Boseiju and stuff like that. So we're going to have some more interesting, in that sense, combinations here. But yeah, we're back to the recent Reef, Ephemerate, Omnath, Fury, Solitude nonsense. The nice thing about this deck list too is the fact that because we're only playing 60, we're going to be seeing our impactful cards hopefully a little bit more often. We have like a bunch of answers to Monkey on turn 1, we have like a bunch of ways to interact with creatures, and of course we have crazy card advantage thanks to Recent Reef. We also have ways to protect our interactions with the Fairy Time Raveler. We can also bounce our own elementals back to hand so we can get even more value, net a ton of mana with Omnath, draw cards with Red and 6. All the cool interactions. So we're gonna be trying this deck list out today. The sideboard is like a little bit of stuff that we used to play back in the day, like Alpine Moon. I was wondering whether it would be better to just go all in on Boseijus, maybe even play like 4th copy of Ren and 6 and then like 4th copy of Boseiju in the sideboard, so we can, you know, Alpine Moon is destroying basically Omnath, basically Tron, I mean, but Alpine Moon is technically better against Valakut specifically, so I don't know, the different ways that we can go about this. Then some Veil of Summers. I licensed hers, this card we did not have back in the day, and it seems like a pretty nice access to Cyber Hate. Endurance and a one-off Force and Mystical Dispute alongside the Chalices. A little bit of everything in the sideboard. We're gonna see how things work out here. But yeah, we're going to be trying this through a modern league. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you for number 1. Alright, first opening hand. So close. So close to the dream. But not quite there. Another one lander. I'm going to keep this one though, because we have Pitch, Solitude. I'm going to bottom the Endurance. And like we have Peach Fury or we have Peach Solitude. So I think this is fine. If I kept the Endurance, we also had access to Pitch Endurance. Born on turn 1 Misty. Easiest land drop of all time. I have never in my life been more sure that I was going to draw land there. So what are we getting here? Definitely not Hallowed Fountain. Breeding Pool, Sacred Foundry? Yeah. Breeding Pool, Sacred Foundry. Take a gazillion life. Don't care at all. Here's my Ren. Don't pierce me, bro. Don't do it. Recall you saying Amulet has no more free wins, but Burn is one of the most popular decks and it beats for color. Apparently, would you count that as a free win? Yes, I would, but I don't think Burn is as popular as you were saying. I mean, it's popular on MTGO, but it's not popular amongst the top tables. How have you been? I had to make a new account because my old one got hacked. Hope you do well. Oh, that sucks, Brian. Oh, man. We are playing against Living End. Damn it. All right. So that Endurance that I bottomed would have been great. Can we draw one more land? Deck, I don't ask for much. Any land will do. Can we please draw another land? That's a dead card. That's not a land. But yeah, I've been doing great. Burn is basically a buy. They usually need heavy creatures, hands to have a chance. I wouldn't say that it's a buy, but I would definitely say that it's a very good matchup. Yeah, definitely got exclamation point friend here. Definitely the correct line to exclamation point friend over here. You love to see it. So the nice thing here is that we can pitch, you know, Solitude, and we can have just Solitude get, just go to the bin. What did they get back? Oh, they just got back Street Wraith? Instead of getting back the Force? Okay. Shardless Agent. So, I guess it's actually better. Is it better for me to pitch the Solitude here? I think it's better to pitch the Solitude by itself. It dies, then it comes back. Yeah, I think it's better to do this. Because this guarantees that we get it back into play. I wonder if they have made a subtlety. That would suck. Played Burn ×3 in Syracuse and didn't drop a game. Yeah. Paper Magic is different than MTGO, right? In Paper Magic, you will see more burn. I guess they could have Endurance and this blows me out. But then they could have Force for this and that blows me out. Oh no, I guess they can't cast Force, never mind. Yeah, maybe it was better for me to just like let the Living End resolve. Paper Magic loves burn, yes it does. Sometimes burn runs hot, and if you don't have a good hand, you can lose. Yeah. So losing against burn with Amulet, it's on you basically. They did have the subtlety and the Force. Jesus. So I guess this is good then. So now I put the Solitude on top. Now I put Solitude on top. This is kind of sexy, actually. They can have like a free Living End if they want. Wow. I have never seen this interaction before. This is really good. That's very, very good. Okay, so we just Solitude and take it from there. That's the plan. Really awkward that we have to Solitude pitching the Teferi. But it is what it is. So put that trigger on the stack. Kill there. Oh, it also has Ward 2. I totally forgot that that thing had Ward 2. Well, good thing that I had the exact amount of mana to make this work. You'll love to see it. Let's kill that one. Because the other ones we can just block. I'd be repulsed if I wasn't impressed. That's very funny. I love that. We're definitely gonna be blinking this thing. Force of Negation. Okay. It's kind of gross, actually, that they did have the Force. So we're gonna put this in hand, play my land, and we're just gonna swing for 3 and gain 3. And next turn we can just play Kahira and we can start to attack with Solitude. My opponent should not have attacked with one of the straight rates. I guess they want to. So here, I can kill one Street Wraith, or I can just attack with Solitude. I think I just want to attack with Solitude. And now if my opponent attacks, I just trade. And if they offer the trade, I take it 100%. Like, this is just bad for them, isn't it? Don't mind if I do, I guess. Now I'm winning the race. I guess I should have chump blocked last turn. I'm gonna chump block this turn. So now they can't live in it, and I know they have a living it in hand. So now we Solitude. So we put some pressure on my opponent. And now if my opponent... Now if they live in end... Like, we just get back Solitude plus the other thing. And it's kind of just better than what they got going on. I don't love the Striped River Wander being here, but I think we're okay. Right? Man, this game would have been so much easier if I had kept the Endurance. But my opponent had double Force and they had Solitude in the nick of time. They actually had the not-so hand. And we're still in this game. Opponent had the not-so hand and it's still a game that we're playing here. So that's a good thing. Definitely speaks well of the deck. Waker of Waves. Okay. So now the Soldier is going to kill the Waker. Then we're going to cast Fury. Yeah, there's this Shardless Agent. Just fine. Doesn't really do anything. They do gain a bunch of life, though. Just a little bit annoying. Fury. We're gonna kill the 4/4. That's dead. Next turn, we get to Prismatic Ending the Shardless Agent, which is literally the only thing we can Prismatic Ending. So we're getting value from Prismatic Ending. You love to see it. Okay, so I think we attack with Fury, right? We send Fury. I guess I want a Prismatic Ending the Shardless Agent first. Is that right? Green, red. Get our land back. Ren Ultimate not looking super hot, if I'm being honest. Do I even care about this? I mean, I guess I do. Like, it's just free to do, I guess. Like, this is not doing anything else. Opponent gets to trade here, but if they trade, then I now have good attacks. So that's a chump block, which makes sense. Maybe I should have attacked with Solitude as well, because any trade just favors me. Omnath, where are you? We only 2 ult Ren, we can just ping 16 more times. We found the line. Opponents in hardcast stuff mode. Okay. Oh, you'll love to see it. Okay, so white, blue, fairy, minus on the whale, opponent concedes. That's a really early concession, but I guess I'll take it. Okay, so hearses, we want those. Chalices, we want those. Endurance, we want that one too. Cut this. So those are the easy ones. Lightning bolts are also the easy ones, I guess. And I guess I bring in Veils. Veils are probably better than Dispute. This kind of looks really good, right? It's almost like deck never stopped being good, people just stopped playing it. Well, I mean, deck is still good, but we're trying to figure out whether there's a better version of this, right? Which there likely is. I'm definitely keeping this hand. So this can find Kitra Triumph, and then like we have all of our bases covered. The only thing we can't do is cast a Renin 6 if we draw it. I think I'm supposed to play around Grief by playing this out right now. Opponent could have Force. They don't. I guess I don't need to fetch just yet. I can just wait. See what happens. See what I draw. Does opponent have Foundation Breaker? I am kind of tempted to just Fury for no value. Just so I can have a Fury in play. Never mind, my opponent's... Well, I mean, they're just going to take the Fairy. Well. I mean, we were probably going to win, but my... My opponent has had enough for the day. They have had enough. It's good. Like it's a good mental health thing to do. If you've had enough of Magic for the day, just go. Just go do something else, touch some grass, and we'll see you in the next round. Yo, so maybe we have a little bit too many cards that don't cast, too many lands that don't cast Renin 6. I'm still gonna be keeping this hand, but it's certainly on the awkward side of things. But we have Island, Plains, Hallowed Fountain, and 2 Cavern of Souls that don't cast Renin 6. So we have 19 lands that cast Renin 6. It's pretty low. So we may need to rework the mana base just a tiny bit, you know. Swift Spear. Okay, Swift Spear really makes me want to... Ugh. Do I just get Temple Garden here? Like, I have to get a top land, because I probably can't afford to shock versus a Swift Spear deck. So the question is, do I want to get Rogin Triumph, or do I want to get Temple Garden? I think Temple Garden is better, because it casts my Recent Reef. So, we're going to do that. Obi-Wan Episode 3, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Speaking of lands that do not cast Renin 6. Elemental. We are going to get to cast Recent Reef, though, which is nice. I'm looking at your list from the day, and I have one question. Why do you hate fetches? We like rent, though we for not killing lands has to be... Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, I have like 10... I think I have 9 fetches. This one is not my deck list, by the way. This was not my deck list. So at least I have that argument. I think I just Fairy minus, right? Like, my opponent did not have a haste threat. and it's just as likely to I'm just as likely to find a land to cast Omnath next turn. The second one, it was a choice because I wanted to have more Valakuts. More room for Valakuts and stuff like that. But I have 10 fetch lands in the other deck list, I think. I think I have 10. More mountains for Valkyrie is what I meant to say, by the way. Savai Triumph. Okay. Never did not have it. Did you ever think that I would not have it, chat? Because I don't think so. So they probably are playing Tribal Flames. Like, I have to assume that they're playing Tribal Flames. So I probably... want to play Risen Reef this turn. Called it. So because of Tribal Flames, I really don't want to play the Somnath before I can gain for life from it. So we're just gonna play Risen Reef and play a tap land and say go. And then next turn we can do many things. Vampire Diaries with the Prime sub, 25 months. Welcome back to the channel, Vampire Diaries. Really appreciate it. So I think we're good to go here. Right? Because my opponent could have Cyanodraco. Okay, so now we're good to go. Oof, Nakatl tramples now? Some wild stuff. Opponent going face. I respect it. I respect going face. Teferi. There's a Teferi in play. There we go. Good job. Do they have like the pump spell? I think my opponent has the pump spell, like the domain pump spell. That's awesome. Let's get Rogin Triumph here. And that's game. Blue, green, red, white. Sup. Play that. Gain. Planes. I would like to cast this one too and kill that one. Boop. Land off the top too. Dream equal lived. We're just living the dream over here. Just living the dream over here. Yeah, Might of Old Alara. There we go. Might of Old Alara. That's very hot. Tribal Flames the Omnath. You cannot win otherwise. You have to kill this thing. Oh man. Wait, am I dead? Am I dead here? Holy shit! Well, chat. Chat. All right, that was sick. That was absolutely sick. I'm not even mad. I love it. All right, so is this a Chalice matchup? No. This is not a Chalice matchup. I think I have literally no sideboard cards for this matchup. Boseiju kills the Draco, I guess. Maybe better than Endurance. What's up, John? How you doing? Death by cat? Yeah. I mean, I got God. Like, I was not expecting Teamer Battle Rage. I thought I was good to go, but like, clearly I should have played around TBR, right? Clearly I should have. So I guess the only card I care about here is just Poseiju. Trade that for Endurance. Everything else is great. Alright. Next game. Am I keeping this hand? Am I really going to be keeping this hand on the play? I'm just a maniac, dude. I am just a freaking maniac. Endurance chapa al Masei. No. Te parece que sí, pero no. Y no voy a jugar el Endurance solo por el +6/+6. Modern Horizons 3 arrives to cement feline supremacy. It was Wild Cattle all along. Reban Wild Cattle. We have had enough. We have had enough. We cannot deal with this anymore. Please play in a cattle so I can bolt it. I don't want to have anything to do with Wild Cattle. Get it out of my face. Dude, TBR, man. That was sick. That was so sick. Also, it would have been so easy to play around if I had known to expect that. Give me that Y source. Deck. I'm calling upon thee, the magic gods, to deliver what is known as the white source. Kind of love what my opponent's doing over there. I'm kind of digging. I have a soft spot for Tribal Flames. Are you gonna pump? No pump? Okay. Take one. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Going to tell a mate who paid up for Grixis Shadow that he's playing the second best Teamer Battle Rage deck. I mean, Grixis Shadow doesn't even play Battle Rage anymore. Isn't Nakatl just broken? Are we really living in a Nakatl metagame and nobody told me? Geist of Saint Traft. White source. Okay. At least I guess we kill the Swift Spear here. I mean, this is not super great. That's a white source. Okay. Do I Fury now? If I Fury now, I don't get to draw a card, but I don't take a bunch of damage from this. I do get to draw a card, but I don't get to keep the Fury around, is what I meant to say. I feel like I really have to find a Solitude. So kill that. Draw a card. Okay. Put that into play. This Geist is problematic. This Geist is problematic to say the least. When I fired up the stream today, I was not expecting to be clocked by a Geist of Saint Raft. And even worse, I did not expect to be effectively clocked by a Geist of Saint Raft. Oh, I'm just getting destroyed. I am getting so owned right here. Feels like 2016 seeing Geist? Yes. Definitely, Geist has some good vibes. Not gonna lie. Geist has some good vibes going on. Can you deal 10 here, opponent? Maybe they can, honestly. Love Geist, definitely fun card play. Yeah, super fun. Not for us. I mean, not good for us because we can't touch it. Da 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 da. Can't touch it. Da 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 da. Hex was definitely useful in this removal environment. Yeah, I mean, it trades with a monkey. That's the part that I'm not too excited about. You know what I'm saying? I guess if you have Might of Alara on it, it doesn't trade. Was that like a tank, Tribal Flames you did? Okay, it's not. That's a theory. Ay. So like the Teferi minus here. We still lose to the Geist token. So we just have to find Solitude, period. It's the only card that matters. Bounce there. It's not a Solitude. Well, I mean, I can go to 1. An Ephemerate. Dude, like trashed by Geist of Saint Raft in 2022. Played Spider's version of the Creativity yesterday. Local 8 Explorers is such a vibe. Nice. So, can I win? So I just have to find Solitude, right? There's no other way that I can win this game. So I have to top deck exactly Solitude right now. Opponent! There's a Teferi in play! There's a Teferi in play! You can't do that! Basic Plains. Ephemerate. Oh! Oh, I didn't plus. Never mind. To be fair, opponent Teferi wasn't put in 2016. That's true. That's so close to a Solitude, right? So close to a Solitude, but it's not. Alright, just got trashed. See you next round. I mean, we could keep this, we draw a land, then we draw another land, then we play a Ren, and then we hit a land drops for the rest of the game. It seems doable. Sounds better. I agree, sound better. Keep this bottom Steamens. What is going on? Can somebody explain to me what the hell is going on today? I lost to Geist of Saint Raft, and now there's a fairy conclave staring at me from the other side. Did I just queue into a league in 2015 or something? I mean, I know what's going on now. It's the this deck is so bad. It's so bad. It's kind of hilarious, but it's yeah, it's not. It's not what's up. This Vielun deck. So I guess we're just gonna recent reef here. This deck plays for this member, and that's it. Like that's the only removal they play. Dude, what the hell is going on right now? So I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think we're just gonna recent reef here. And then we can, okay, so that's another recent reef. Then we can Teferi minus on the Chalice, and we can make sure that we resolve at least one ephemerate. Ayashi Blue, yeah. That's what this deck is. I think it's not very good. Could be wrong though. We drew all of our basics somehow. Landerball, thank you so much for that sub. Appreciate it. Am I doing that now? Because I guess I want to play around 4s. So I'm just going to make another Uncounterable Recent Reef, draw 2 cards here. Merfolk Trickster. I guess we just draw 1 card. You got me. Endurance. You mean a blocker for my opponent's dudes? I mean, I kind of wish that I had drawn a land there. And yeah, that I had drawn like a land so I could put it up from the recent reef. Draw step, V-click. Dude, opponent's got all the hits. You can take my Omnath or you can take my Endurance. Which one do you want? Probably that one, right? That's nice. So that's a 3-1, you say? Okay. All right, cool. So I'm just playing Endurance here, right? Draw a card. Prismatic Ending. Draw a card. Land. Target nothing. Red, green. Do you want to Spell Pierce? They could have Subtlety for what's worth. Force of Negation, Pitching Counterspell. Okay. Let's pass the turn here. We can either blow up the Chalice or we can kill the Trickster. Opponent down to 2 cards in hand. Endurance blocks their flyers. Want to send you a donut to play Astronaut Titan? Oh man, it's too real. Such a classic. Absolute banger. Astronaut Titan is such a banger. So I guess we're gonna lead on the Fairy here. Chalice on 1. You got it, champ. You got it, champ. That's a funny draw. So I think we're just gonna Teferi plus here, right? With Teferi plus, I do not know of this Astronaut Titan, but it sounds lit. What would it be? So it's a version of Amulet, an old one that I haven't played in a while, where the combo is to Vesuva. Like, you imprison in the moon your own Primeval Titan, and then you play Vesuva, and Vesuva copies Primeval Titan. It's absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. So I think we just plus here, right? And we just chill. Plus and chill. That's the name of the game. Sviolun of Sea and Sky. So what I can do here is I can eat both chalices. Wait, what? Is my opponent just chomp attacking here? Chomp attacking the Teferi? It's Danny Boy, thank you for the follow. Okay, so they go both at Teferi. That is acceptable. Like, I could kill this if I wanted to. But I think I'd rather get rid of the chalices and start going ham with Ephemerate. Is that better? We would get to draw a shit ton of cards. I can also just Prismatic Ending here. Yeah, that's probably better. It takes a threat off the board, and then it just minus on the second chalice. So white and red. So now we fetch. I know I have Omnath in the deck, but I already have a fetch land in hand, and I may need the mana. Let's get a Stomping Ground in play. It's not a great draw. I guess I can just bounce Violin here. I can bounce Violin. Now I'm gonna bounce the Chalice. Yes. Yes. That is. That's. Yep. Are we good here, opponent? Are we good? Yes. Yes, we're good. I thought so. Yes, I thought so. Okay, so opponent's deck has like some nonsense going on over there. Endurance lines up very well against what my opponent's doing. Let's get some Ephemerates. Boseiju looks okay. Like, I don't think I want Force, but Boseiju is kind of hot. It's pretty hilarious how well Endurance lines up against my opponent's deck. Classic, put 6 power and play, draw 2, kill your thing. Yeah, it's just normal cards. I'm a big fan of your streams. Will you ever be back in ILNs, or do you think it's out meta? No, I think it's fine. And thank you, by the way, Lux. I tried Nialands, I think, last month. It was okay. It was, I mean, Nialands has always been okay. Like, Nialands is always just okay. That's what Nialands is, basically. Yeah. That was a lot of gloating from someone who just got O2 by guys with plus palm spells. Shauna, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just trying to forget, okay? Just let me forget. Well, I don't even know what I'm doing. I just cut a Ren and my opponent is mono X1s over there. Probably should not be cutting Ren and 6 from my deck. I should definitely be keeping this hand though. Lost to ILS to knock me out of top 8 contention in RCQ. Yes. That's the dream right there. Gonna get Rogin Triumph here. Here's another land. Pass the turn. The cattle boogeyman isn't here to stop us. We are living in a cattle world. We just haven't figured out yet. We just have not learned that's the case. Sure. Choose your poison. What do you want to get? I have to assume they have force, right? I have to assume they have force or subtlety. Take Recent Reef. Huh. Okay. Am I just bolting here? No, I'm just gonna Teferi. Alright. Force me, bro. Or not. If opponent wants to spend their turn activating Fairy Conclave and attacking, I'm A-okay with that. Yeah. Classic Time Walk. Classic get rid of your card into Time Walk. You'll love to see it. So here, do I want to Omnath? I think I want to Omnath. Yeah, I definitely want to Omnath. If opponent has Subtlety, then we Omnath again next turn. So yeah, we definitely want to Omnath here. Just gonna get a Plains. I guess fetching for Plains is better than fetching for basic forest, because we can fetch for basic forest here. Oh, opponent could have Dispute. But that's kind of fine though, right? Green, red, blue. So this is gonna get disputed, that's fine. Oh, this is great. Yeah, I'm all about this. Tide Shaper, dude. Yeah, we're gonna put that Omnath on the top. This deck is so bad, man. One. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, we're gonna Recent Reef now. If opponent has counterspell for this, they don't get to V-click. Actual Subtlety. Okay. Now we put that on top. And we bolt the Subtlety. Play a tap land and say go. What's the draw to this deck? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what the draw is to this deck? I think I'm just gonna let this resolve. Is there pressure to be mono blue that I'm just blessed? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what's the idea. Like, what are we trying to do here? Solitude. So they just let me Omnath like that? I mean, if you let me Omnath, I'll Omnath. You know what I'm saying? If you do let me Omnath, I will indeed Omnath. Oh, I'm sorry, opponent. Did you want to, like, I don't know, do anything at all? A nice mono blue deck. Woo! Oh! I'm the luckiest man alive, chat! Yes! Yes! Oh man, this is awesome. I got 2 back-to-back trophies with it. More than you do with elementals. Nice. So then you... this is just wrong, man. I shouldn't be doing this. But, like, I just love me some Salt. There's just something so great about Moto Salt. It's just... This is just awesome. This is awesome. Seems nice. This is a good time. Toxic streamer. Toxic streamer. So we just do nothing here. Just pass the turn. Like, if they kill Omnath, we kind of don't care that much. Like, I'd much rather they kill Omnath than they kill Recent Reef, right? Spreading Seas my land. You got it. Let's gain some life here because it's free. Temple Garden. 1, 2, 3. Like, I'm not gonna cast Fury here, so like there's just no reason to do this. I'll just chill. Draw another land, whatever. Rainforest. Kahira, I choose you. 2/2 Vigilance. I think I main this Endurance so that I can draw a card. And we again target nothing. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just pass the turn. Oh man, it's really funny. I think I'm gonna keep the fetch in play in case I draw Omnath. Another Recent Reef. Don't mind if I do. I'm gonna chill on this one though. Definitely gonna chill on this one, and I'm gonna attack with the team. Reason being, if my opponent wants to trade with a Recent Reef, I'm happy. Because that means they're not taking a Blast Zone. 2 mana. So if I play Fury, we are kind of playing into Counterspell. So I think we are just supposed to play a land and pass. We're a small drifter for ephemeral value, I know. It was the toughest card to cut for sure. Petty Theft, my Renin 6. You got it. Resolves. Attack! Such value my opponent got there. Here's this guy. I want to play this out. I want to play target for my... Oh, you do? Sweet. Awesome. Pew! Draw cards, draw cards, draw cards. That's a good one to draw. Plus, play land. So now my opponent's gonna get to kill my Ren. And I don't care. Pimolans with the Prime sub. Welcome back for the 15 months. Fairy Conclave. Great turn, opponent. Great turn. It'd be so wild. We can't win. We can't lose. I mean, I can start making plays at random and we'll win anyways. It just doesn't matter. I don't think it looks like it's closed, but if it looked like it's closed, it's actually not. Another Teferi. That's a Cavern of Souls. Names Elemental. Am I gonna just balance my... Yeah, okay, opponent has had enough. Yeah, yeah. This is the spicy league. This is definitely the spicy league. See you next round. Alright, playing against... So this is basically the good guys versus the bad guys, right? We're the good guys and we're gonna play against the bad guys here. Definitely keeping this hand. I just hope that I don't draw too many more lands. I think they're trying to be a great Auto War deck. They have legendary CNTV cards. There's no way that's the case, right? Otawara is not a card worth building your deck around. Unless I'm really missing something. Like maybe I'm just way off on something. But not bad, not bad. So let's play a tap land. We can Teferi next turn if we want. Can we start we can start making some encounterable dudes. Recent Reef. That's not a Recent Reef. Am I just jamming Tef? I think so. It feels so bad though. No value at all. I think I'm just gonna put Kahira in hand. But jamming Tef with no value. when my opponent is holding up counterspell mana. So any card deck, what's the chance they have counterspell? Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. Guaranteed to resolve. Oh no, they have their own. Opponent pluses. It's not great. So I'm kind of interested in playing Teferi and plussing here. And then next turn we can Fury. Opponent could have Prismatic Ending though, which would be slightly problematic. But it's a risk that I'm willing to take. And next turn we can, I guess maybe I should have bolted the Tef, didn't I? Yeah, I think I was supposed to bolt the Tef there. Because now if, yeah, should have definitely bolted the Tef. Mistakes were made. Can we draw Omnath? Maybe we can draw Omnath. Lightning Bolt. You got me. Let's get Triumph and say go. So Tef's gonna go down to 1 now, which is fine. And now we're gonna be able to go Fury, 1 at Ice Fang and 3 at Cast Fury. Three at 1. Maybe opponent will want to bounce my Fury. That would be great. We're really gotta find a recent reef. Like we've been drawing way too many lands here. Very unlucky. What? Opponent drew their Omnath. Honestly, they drew Omnath and Fetchland in an 80 card deck, and we don't in our 60 card deck. That's not how math works, is it? We're getting scammed, chat. We're getting scammed. Recent Reef. Prismatic Ending. Okay, I guess. Okay, I guess. I'm gonna Prismatic Ending that and bolt that. So we need to keep red mana up. So go to Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bolt that. Oh, we plussed already? Scammed. Boseiju Kihira is a combo, chat. This is a combo right here. I don't know how I feel about all these plussing Teferi when they have an Abundant Growth in play. Like, this is a draw too that they're just sitting on. And now if I find another Fury, we just get rid of it. I feel like opponent should have been drawing some cards. Maybe I'm in the wrong here. But I don't think I am. Black mana? Well, now I'm terrified. Okay, they fucked up. Are they just gonna draw another Yawgmoth? Unfair. So unfair. Okay. Opponent's growth is abundant. You know what's a real combo? Hero and a cattle? Oof, that's hot. Alright, deck. Hook me up. Okay. That counts, I guess. I guess that counts. Recent Reef. Very unlucky that we can't reduce the cost of Waseiju even further. It's just not possible. Look at my 5/5 vigilance, dude. Look at my 5/5 vigilance, dude. Look at it. You see, Spider, like you're trying, and you're trying hard, but bounce my Yawgmoth? Really? So I guess my opponent doesn't want to draw cards themselves. They want me to be the one drawing cards. It's so kind of them. So kind of them. So opponent 100% has Solitude in hand. And we can't take advantage of that gorgeous ephemerate that I have. But at least we get to draw a card, I guess. That's hot. That is hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. I guess they could have Counterspell, but they do. Sadness. I have to pass here. I mean, I could trade Kahira, but I think I don't want to because Kahira sitting in play makes it so... Kahira just sitting in play makes it so... Well, good thing I didn't attack them. I was going to say Kahira sitting in play makes it so I can't... Oh. They are playing Ephemerate? Wild. So Fury doesn't kill the Yawgmoth straight up. Right? Fury has to kill Kahira, or they need like another removal spell. So I think this Kahira holds a decent amount of value right here. Is it okay to ask music-related questions in between game? Yeah, it's also okay to ask them during the game. I don't care. It's always correct to ask questions. One, two, three. So opponent out there sitting on a draw, like a 4/5 draw 4. If we count the Teferi, it's not bad. That is not bad. They probably slam it here. It's real good value. Not blinking Teferi is interesting. I wonder why. I probably have to ephemerate the Yawgmoth, right? Like, I just have to find Recent Reef. I can't win otherwise. Like, I need to be able to keep up with my opponent's card advantage. Oh, they have Solitude? Oh. Well, we're super dead now. Knowing about March is important, however. So this is a clean 2 for 2, but my opponent saps so many cards at this point. So I think we're probably just dead. I should likely just concede. We are ahead on clock though. We're also at 28 life. This is gonna take them a second to kill me. We have not seen a Recent Reef just yet. I have seen enough though. Okay, so Dispute looks great. That's kind of it. I don't think I care about anything else really. Ephemerate just so good though. Ephemerate seems very good in this matchup. Maybe I should side in up to 75 cards just so I'm more likely to draw the cards that I need. That's what I have learned from my opponent after this game. I think we're just cutting Endurance here. So I give him for cutting Bolt. I think I'd rather cut the Endurance. I don't think I want Veil of Summer. I have seen Counterspell, but like that's it. That's all that Veil protects me against. And it gets stuck in my hand if my opponent finds Teferi. Maybe it's fine. Just go with that. Question 1. I got the impression that a classic rock band, the drummer and the singer is the person who has the hardest time to have a bad day at a show. Like, is the energy of missing everyone would notice? As a drummer, would you agree? Yes, I would agree. I would agree, for sure. Particularly the singer. If the singer's having a bad day, the rest of the band needs to do some really heavy lifting. How am I keeping this hand? I think I'm keeping this hand just because I can't mulligan in this matchup. Every mulligan is just so ridiculously costly. By the way, this is the reason why this deck has fallen out of favor, right? The whole reason why this deck has fallen out of favor, it's because since we don't have Yorion, we lose the mirror. Like, you saw that game, how it was close. It was close. My opponent resolved Yorion. They drew 5 cards, and it wasn't close anymore. So that is exactly how this matchup plays out. And that's why we don't see the Kihira deck see as much play any longer. It's because you cannot win the mirror. You probably have like slightly different matchup spreads. Like, for example, I imagine against a deck like Mono Green Tron, we are going to have a better matchup than the Yorion deck does. But yeah, that's the reason why we don't see this deck hanging out as much anymore. Gonna put Kihira to hand, pass the turn. Last concert I was at, the band got a random from the crowd to play a song with them. Is this possible or always per range, or do bands have certain songs that this is about and can prepare? Well, it mostly you know the person. Like, you're not bringing in a random on stage. You know the person that's coming up. So it's a, you know, if you know that the other person knows the song, like you just have them come on stage and it's fine. Well, this match has been something. I think we drew... Did we draw a land every single turn? I think we just drew a land every single turn. Oh, we drew the Ephemerate. We drew the Ephemerate. Okay, so these dudes are never gonna be death touchy, huh? Also, we can just, you know, Fury them away. Fairy, okay. So this is gonna be a good Fury. Opponent is not holding up Ephemerate mana either. So they could have Solitude. Do I want to play around Solitude? I guess I do. And like, this is such a blowout, specifically this turn. So I think I'm just going... I know I could Omnath into Fury, but if I Omnath into Fury and my opponent Solitude's the Omnath with the trigger on the stack, then I don't get to do the thing, right? So I think I'd rather just guarantee that I'm getting sick value here. Just take my 3-for-1 and pass the turn. And next turn we can Omnath with Ephemerate backup, which should be nice. So here my opponent's going to Solitude my Fury. It's kind of fine. But now they use the Solitude. So yeah, we would have gotten blown out, by the way. Yeah, that's great. So green, blue, red. Play Omnath. Play this. Fetch for Hallowed Fountain. I'm basically fetching Shocking because it's free, right? The Fairy. Whew. Just plus. That was the turn. If one attempts to Ephemerate their Solitude, we can just Peach Hira. They have their own Solitude. That's fine. So if they kill my Omnath, we still have Recent Reef, and now we get to clearly Fury, get our 2-for-1. Like, these Furies have been absurd. These Furies have been so ridiculous. I said 2-for-1. Let me rephrase that. It's actually a 3-for-1. Because I'm drawing a card off of it. I guess a 4-for-1. And we have... and we have Ephemerate backup. I would like to deal 2 here and 2 here. Thank you very much. Oh, I get to draw a card. Sweet. Awesome. I think I'd rather hold up Ephemerate as opposed to resolving Ren. First time catching your Twitch stream. Been watching like 10 hours of your music. Gonna use it. Oh, awesome. Easy Klappa. Welcome to the channel. Just your casual Fury 4-for-1. Don't mind me. Do not mind me. Solitude number 1,000,000. You're not gonna like this, opponent. You're not gonna like this. Good stuff. Good stuff. That was good fun. Does this card even matter? Does this card even matter at all? Is there a primetime Recent Reef? Because I'd be all in. Wow, that gets me thinking. But no, actually, primetime Recent Reef was concerned. Yeah, the problem is that Recent Reef doesn't work with primetime. Like, it works at ramping you, but it doesn't really work with Primeval Titan. I have played a Recent Reef alongside Cavalier of Thorns and Udo and like the 2-mana guy. The 2-mana ramp creature. I guess 2 bolts, 1 veil is fine. I don't know, like the veil seems kind of awkward. Maybe I'm overthinking it too much. That was the best standard. I played that deck in 1 standard league and I 5-0'd and I never played it again. It was awesome. Well, I'm keeping this hand. Can we draw Renin 6 off the top? That would be so hot. Opponent moves to 5, but they're gonna have forever. They're just gonna have forever to build up. We need Protein Hawk lines to do random reserve garbage. Now you're going so deep. I can't even follow you. Okay, so now if they draw Ren, we can kill it, which is nice. This is gonna go get the Jeskai Triome. Okay. Missed land drop. Should have put more lands in your deck, opponent. Oh. I was scammed. I was jebaited. I guess I'm the one that should have put more lands in my deck. Land. Easiest land of my entire life. Omnath number 1. Counterspell. That's fine. Got me. There's more where that one came from. Number 2. Do we have another one? Alright, this is starting to get annoying. This is starting to get a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. There's no way they have a 3rd counterspell, right? That just, it's not possible. It's just physically impossible. Resolve, damn it. Woof. Got there. I mean, if they were, yeah, this is so good for me. Omnath being a 3-for-1 here when my opponent mulled to 5. Also, they didn't put Companion in hand, which is awkward. Oh, that's good. That's real good. They did not put Yorion in hand. I wonder why. I feel like they've moved so low that they were... Yeah, they were... Like, now... They shouldn't have 2-for-1 themselves for Solitude. I think that was a mistake on my opponent's part. Throw the same card they're facing that it sticks. Yeah, that was the plan. It worked perfectly. Alright, now they remembered about Yorion. So their hand is Yorion and 2 unknowns. One, two, three, four, five. So we're gonna go to discard if we put Kahira in hand, so I don't want to do that. Opponent chilling on that Companion, huh? That's hot. That's real hot. So I'm probably gonna endurance myself. Oh man, gotta go to discard here. So unfair. All my cards draw cards, and I have to discard. Sokensen, Crucible of Defiance. And the reason to do this is so I'm shuffling the Yawgmoth back into deck. I already have a fetch land here, so. Bolt. Okay. So their hand is Yorion and 2 unknowns now. Alright, that's how they get back into this game. Doesn't seem super likely they can, but this is step number 1 for sure. It's a sorcerer speed special action. Oh. Oh, we're talking about companions. Okay. Well, that's dead. They play the land already, so. Heh. How do I want to kill this? We have so many ways of doing so. I think I'd rather Solitude. I think I'd rather Solitude because Fury allows me to clear this very cleanly. We're just gonna keep drawing the same land over and over again. I'm showing my opponent that I don't have Ephemerate, but that's fine. Don't care. No attacks here because there's kind of no reason to. Ren 6. Remember when I held on to the Fury there? That was so smart of me. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. We just have prismatic ending. It's just cleaner. Fetch again. Get back Ren once again. So now we can ultimate Ren if we want to. I don't even know if we want to, but we can. Interesting. Deal! That's a deal. Got yourself a deal, opponent. Oh, they got 2 of those. Okay, that's kind of whatever. Oh, because they got it back with Rain. I'm stupid. Yeah, I totally missed the fact that they got it back with Rain. And I'm doing that so I can play around Counterspell there. Now my opponent needs to remove both of my creatures in order to prevent me from ultimating Ren. Supreme Verdict. You got it. We're gonna Emblem. Gonna Ren again. It could get counterspelled, but at the same time it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna Kahira so that I can Solitude here. We have infinite lightning bolts. How's he going, Torborg? So I think we're just going to start throwing bolts on my opponent's face while holding up infinite interaction. Alright, opponent has enough. Wow, we beat the Yorion deck. It only took them to move to 5, and then and then we got him. Sweet. Yeah, that was probably game anyways. See you next round. Alright, last match on the play. Sure. I'm no coward. Did you think I was a coward, chat? Think again. Overgrown Tomb? This is Yogg. And I have Fury in hand. Ren and 6. Ren and 6 at the top. Very unlucky. I think I just pass here. Like, this is very risky, but I think I just pass. My opponent could go Grist, so I'd rather just, you know, pending the Grist instead of the Ignoble. Geist. El Geisto. Well, now we just Fury, right? And then we hardcast Endurance and we get rid of the guys too. The fact that I'm pitching the second Fury is what's making me rethink this a little bit. It's probably just fine. I think I may be overthinking this a little bit. This also really messes with my opponent's mana. We still have Prismatic Ending. That's a good draw. I think we're fine here. Opponent could have their own Endurance, but I don't care. Oh, Chord for 0. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. You got it. There's no way my opponent's main decking Magus, right? That's just not really an option. Time to bring up the dice, counter your main land drops for the turn. Nice. Playing Paper Magic is so great, though. I played some Double Masters over the weekend. It was last week? I don't remember, honestly. So, my opponent could be getting Magus here. I think they're getting Grist. I doubt they have main deck Magus. But even if they do have main deck Magus, we can just Solitude. Let's get a Triumph. Oh, that was special. I think that was pretty special. That was very special, chat. I enjoyed that top deck. I enjoyed that top deck. Does Yogg plays Magus? Can they hard cast it? Sometimes they play a singleton Stomping Ground, but it's just for... Excuse me. It's just for doing the thing. Right, just for cording or evolutioning. White, green. Exile that. That was fun. Okay, so this is Yogg. This is Yawgmoth. It kind of feels like I'm pre-boarded for the matchup. I mean, you know. Kind of feels like I'm pre-boarded for the matchup. Veil of Summer is interesting. It stops Yogg triggers. It stops Thoughtseize, which I don't think is very likely my opponent has against me. The thing is, I'm not super high on this card. This is the only card that I'm kind of medium on. The rest of the deck is absolute gasoline. Maybe the endurances are medium as well. But the Fairy, particularly on the draw, seems very mediocre. I don't think any of my Cyber cards is better than Teferi, though. Maybe Endurance is better than Teferi. But I don't think Veil is better than Teferi. Veil is just too situational. Oh, this opening hand is disgusting. Yes, I'll keep it. Yeah, so with my opponent going turn 1 beat land, I know that I have a Ren in hand, and I'm still gonna go get a Secret Foundry here, and I'm gonna kill the Ignoble Herc. The fact that they played specifically Nurturing Peatland makes me think that it's not very likely they have very many lands in hand. Sure. So we're just gonna plus Ren here. Get a breeding pool. Ren 6. Plus on Strand and Sigil. And then next turn we can Teferi minus on the Geist. There's a Grist. If my opponent minuses, I'm going to Solitude in response. They plus. Okay. Sure. So we got some options here. I can play Tef minus here, minus here. I think that's the line. I could also minus here. I could also kill the insect and kill the Geist and minus the insect. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna... I think I just minus on the insect and just plus Ren. I think this is just better. So now the Geist needs to attack Tef, which is kind of what I want. Unless, again, my opponent minuses Grist. Yeah, and now with trigger on the stack, we exile the Geist. So now they don't have anything to sack. And the Grist ability will do nothing. I guess they can fetch for Drydiver in response, so the Grist ability doesn't get wasted, but like I basically Stone Brain them. Like this is just great for me. Sure, Ren down. We have a second Ren in hand. Water Roots. Okay. Birds. Too bad that we can't ephemerate. Just get a minus. Too bad that we can't ephemerate planeswalkers, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Opponent knows about that, so we'll play that. So they don't have a way to pressure my walkers just yet. They make a 1/1. Bane Thoughtseize. Second wall. So this makes me think that they have Chord, but they can't Chord on my turn. So that because they used a token. I don't know if my opponent thought about that. Like they just can't Chord on my turn because I have Tef. I think they cast the wall off of the Wall of Roots because they thought that they could just net mana that way. But that's not the case because they can't Chord on my turn. Dude, imagine if we didn't get catted today. Would have been undefeated with elementals. Cat too strong though. Bolt your grist. Kill your insect. Take a Hera, name elemental. Your go. So I think opponent has Chord in hand. They can Chord for 3. No, I dive to Wild Cattle, but we don't talk about that. Yeah. Chord for 4. Just minus on Yogg. Because if I minus on anything else, my opponent can just fizzle. So their hand is Yawgmoth plus Unknown. So we just Teferi. And I'm gonna kill this. I think so, right? So Prismatic Ending there. White, blue, 1. So if they want to cast Yogg, they have to sack the wall, so the Yogg does nothing, and then I Prismatic Ending it. Seems good. Geist? Maran! No! Alright, those are some pretty good draws, opponent. Those are some pretty damn good draws over there. Do I want to Ending the Wolf? I think I do. Wolf, you're bound to be ended. And now I think I minus on the Geist. Name elemental. Pass the turn. You might start writing Amulet content again. I can't wait for the house article that says Amulet sucks. And here's why. Oh, 46LO, thank you for the Prime sub. I totally missed that. 1 year. Any Amulet content coming up soon? Amulet content went up this morning. So, Tef, I think I take the L here. No, actually, I'm going to trade. Like, this is not great, but, like, this is a card draw, and I feel like that's very important. Jesus. Well, fuck me, I guess, huh? Ugh. Well, that fucking sucked. I'm gonna hold on to this because of Omnath. Shit, man. That's brutal. So they're gonna get to draw a million cards here? I can't believe, like, there's no way I lose this, right? Fury. Wow. I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna fucking lose this game. The flood was real. Yeah, fairy down. I got nothing. I get absolute solitude. Okay, recent reef, I guess, plays green, blue, this. Ephemerate. I mean, I'm gonna use my cards here, right? Ephemerate. This also fizzles my opponent's draws, right? So this worked out in the best possible way, actually. So that fizzles their draw. And I guess it also fizzles mine, but we still get to draw here. And we still have a recent reef in play. And we find 2 more lands, dude. Wow. Am I really about to lose this game? This is insane. Dude, I'm gonna lose. I can't believe this. Wow, that was a lot of lands. We're down to 3 now. I mean, we kind of need Omnath or we're dead. Omnath? Wow. I guess that just happened. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna submit again. I think this list is fine. Keep this. Keep it. That was one of the most impressive games to lose that I've ever experienced. I don't think it was very likely that for us to lose that game. Kind of feels like we had to go out of our way in order to lose that game. But we managed to get there. Is this Water Roots? Okay. Now this is starting to be a little bit of a problem. Another Endurance doesn't do anything at all. Okay, I'm still gonna cast it. Opponent knows about it, and it allows me to like pressure a Grist or something. Yeah. Let's see, Young Wolf. Well, here goes nothing. And I think I want... if I draw Ren, I guess I'm going to be pinging my opponent's shit, so... Ending is kind of nice, because now my opponent will probably take a block here. They block with wall. Interesting. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna like just kill the Grist. So if opponent has Yogg, that would be bad, but it would not be the end of the world. Could a Bolton response to the Wolf? They would have lost their Grist. Oh, because they fucked up the sequencing. Okay, yeah, you're definitely right. Yeah, you're definitely right. So they have Urborg now. We really want to dodge. We really want to dodge. What's his name here? Yawgmoth. All right, what do we got here? We had Hapatra. Sure. It's whenever D deals damage, right? Okay, so they can't cast Yogg here unless they Evo into it. Oh, they have Cord. That's very bad for me. I think we're dead now? No, I mean, I guess we can... So this basically is, I guess, infinite... Like, they just draw cards for as much toughness as I have. So now this gets a counter, and now they get a 1-1. And they can just keep sacking the 1-1. So they're going to draw like 7 cards or 8 cards here. So that probably means we're dead. They just find Cord. Yeah, so they find Cord and they get the other guy. And we're dead now. I guess technically we can Endurance, but then they kill the Endurance in response, so that's kind of awkward. Oh, they just killed it. I mean, there's probably, like, I guess we can draw exactly Fury. Oh. Is there anything we have here? I don't think so, right? So we got Endurance here. And I mean, at this point, we just can't win anymore, right? We're just too far behind. We don't have cards. Hey, Cedric, how's it going? Appreciate it. Yeah, so this is just... It's just too much. We can kill the Blood Artist here. I'm just trying to go over like potential scenarios where I can win this game in my head, and I don't think they exist. I mean, I guess it needs to be Fury. I think I can Fury Blood Artist. Yeah, that's not it. Well, I can exile the Blood Artist. Bolt Blood Artist. I have to assume they have another Yawgmoth at this point because they drew 7 million cards. So I guess I killed the Hapatra, but like that doesn't really do anything for me. Yeah, I think it needed to be exactly Fury. Because if I had drawn Fury, I could have killed Blood Artist and the Hapatra. I mean, that doesn't really do anything for me. We're still losing. Yeah, this is just, all right, I've seen enough. We're dead here. Yeah, I'm surprised we lost that second game. Like, I can't believe how many blanks we drew, but that's how it goes sometimes. All right, wrapping things up. Elementals felt just as great as it ever was. It's just, yeah, what we talked about earlier, where, you know, by having access to Yorion, you just have such a big advantage over the mirror match that I imagine that's why the deck completely disappeared from the metagame. Just because it's worse against the mirror, even though we did beat the mirror today. But yeah, there's an argument again for, you know, you have only 60 cards, so you're more likely to find your sideboard cards or like your hammer cards. So for example, if you get paired against Tron or Belcher, which are pretty bad matchups, you are more likely to find Boseiju plus Ren. So that's kind of something that it has going on for it. There's also like the random Cavern of Souls, which can allow you to play around counter magic. However, I do think that if you're going to be trying to go the Ren route, say that, you know, 5 times fast. If you're trying to go the Ren route, then I think that we need to figure something better in terms of the mana base, because multiple times, like, I found myself with cards that just would not allow me to play Ren. And at that point, you know, what am I even doing, right? We have Hallowed Fountain, we have Island, we have Plains, and we have the Flooded Strands. All of those cards do not cast a Ren and 6 at all, which can be pretty problematic. So what that means is that we just really need to find our fetch lands in time. We only have 10 fetch lands, so it's rough. It's definitely pretty rough. So hopefully, you know, there needs to be some work done in the mana base, but it really showed its strength, though. It did show its strength. We got pretty unlucky in that last match against Yawgmoth, but overall, I feel like the deck is strong. The sideboard could be better. There's definitely a better way to build the sideboard. I just kind of like threw together important, like, generic sideboard cards, really, but I didn't really put too much thought into it. This was based off of Stab's list anyway, but yeah, cool stuff. Having access to 4 Fury, it's a big deal. Like, this card is just so nuts right now. I mean, it's just nuts always. but yeah, alright, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video, folks. Bye-bye.